Hey guys, it's Kamisha and I want to welcome you back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. No, but you saw the title. You guys saw it. Yeah, in 2023, I'm going to be here to help you make better life decisions this year and beyond, okay? And part of making better life decisions is not just working on the goals. It's not just trying to get the money up. It's not just trying to do all the things, okay? Part of becoming your best self in 2023 is having right people in your life, like your friends, people, friends, amigos, whatever you call them. Now, TLC asked the question best, and they asked, what about your friends? Hmm? Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down? AA. What about your friends? Are they going to be low down? Will they never be around? Or will they turn their backs on you? Ooh, they asked that question. Yeah, so that's just a little excerpt from TLC. They did make that song back in the 90s, and you can learn something from T-Bob's Left Eye and Chili. But I'm just here to tell you, in 2023, you want to check your inner circle. Statistics say that you become like the 5 people that you surround yourself with most. Do I believe that? Absolutely do. It's only a matter of time when you spend a little bit of time with a new coworker or a new friend that you met or a new online buddy that you start to sync with them. You start to link with them. You start to assimilate and become like one another. Well, if you're biblical and you believe in God like I do, if you're faith-based, then the word says iron sharpens iron. What does that mean? Well, if you are sharp, then you are going to sharpen someone else. On the contrary, if you dull, well, you're going to dull in someone else. And so I just want to encourage you to really check your inner circle this year, because how you talk, how you think, how you communicate, and all those things, you're going to become like someone or someone's going to become like you. It kind of happens a two-way street. So that's why it's important to have the right people around you so you don't get set up for the okie doke. Can I tell you something else? You cannot afford to call everyone your friend. Oh no. Yeah, if you're anything like me, I used to call everyone that I thought was nice my friend. That's what we do when we're younger. As a kid, you meet someone in the sandbox on the playground, you smile at them, they hand you a shovel, and magically you become friends. But when you become an adult, it's not quite that simple. Friendship should have a standard. Friendship should have some type of expectation, if you want it to be a quality connection, right? I'm all about quality over quantity. So I would rather have 2, 5, 10 good quality people in my life than to have 500 people that I think are my friends, but really I can only depend on one of them. Okay, so let's get into that. First of all, what is a friend? Well, by definition, let's see what it says. So a friend is a person that you know, whom you have a bond of a mutual thing in common. So a friend is someone that you know, whom you typically are not related to. However, friends can also be family. You can have a sister who's your best friend. That's no problem. But we're going to stick to friends for the sake of the definition today, right? So a friend is one that you have a mutual affection. Another word for friend can be companion, a comrade, a colleague, an amigo, a confidant. Those are all definitions of friends, right? I feel that if we're talking about someone in your life who you're going to call a friend this year, you really need to define what you expect in a friend and what a friend should expect from you. Because when you become an adult, yeah, friendships, take effort, they take time, and they take intention. It's more than just saying, oh, that's my friend. I've known them since I've been in elementary school, which that could be the case. But if you have an active friend that you're really looking to build with and maintain a good relationship with, then you kind of want to know what is it that you're expecting out of this person. Let's get into the things that I feel like you should be looking for in a friendship. One, you want to be friends with someone who genuinely likes you. That's a base thing here, okay? There have been times in my life when I've seen people, I've met people, I've interacted with them, and I've automatically decided in my mind that I want them to be my friend because, hey, they seem like a really cool person. They seem nice, they seem caring. Oh, they seem so friendly. So I'm like, oh, we're gonna be friends. And I've literally had that happen before where I think I went to a meeting one time with a group of girls, like a Bible study meeting. And I met a girl for the first time and she just seemed so nice. And I was like, we're gonna be friends. I said this in my mind. And I literally made her my friend. And we were actually good for some time, like a few years, right? And as I look back on our friendship, I never quite took the time to see how that person truly felt about me. I just coined the fact that, hey, I like them. I think they're cool. I think they're awesome. They're going to be my friend. And although the person did accept me and we spent time together and we built a connection, I think there were some things I was missing to look at how did the person mutually feel about me. Not to say that the person did not like me or that they hated my guts or anything like that, but what was their genuine initial feeling about me? Something that you want to ask yourself before you go through this year saying, I'm going to connect with more people and I'm going to make more friends. Well, if you want to do that and you're meeting people, then take some time with it. You know, you want to slow cook it. You don't want to microwave the friendship because anything you put in the microwave, just throw it in there. It tastes kind of rubbery and kind of fake. It's not cooked all the way right. You know, you throw it out because it's not right sometimes. So let's slow cook these friendships this year and beyond so that we can attract the right person and also be the right type of friend as well. The Bible says that a friend loves at all times and a brother is born of adversity. Now, what does that mean? That means that a friend literally does love you at all times. You know, you want someone who is consistent toward you. And this is not to say that you have to be around this person every single day. You have to talk to them on the phone all the time because, like I said, when you become an adult, that's just not possible with lifing, right? You have obligations, you have other commitments. You sometimes have family, you have kids, you have a spouse, all types of things going on in your life. But you do want someone in your life that is consistent toward you all the time. Whether you see this person once a month, once a week, or twice a year, you want the time that you're around them or the time that you interact with them to be consistent. Very easy. You don't want a friend where sometimes you see them, they're super excited about you. Oh my gosh, they love you. They can't get enough of you. They want to do everything with you. And then another time you see them and they ignore you, or they don't even see that you exist, or they act like they didn't see you and you're kind of like, oh, that was weird. Thought we just had a great time the last time I saw you. Or maybe they go ghost on you where like you guys are interacting with each other online, you're doing all these things, and then all of a sudden they just block you for some weird reason, or just stop talking to you on social network, or stop answering your text messages. And it's not because they're just busy, they just don't respond to you. Yeah, I don't think you really need that type of inconsistency from a friend. That is not a characteristic of a friend. Maybe an acquaintance or somebody that you know, but definitely not in the friend category, because when it comes to friends, you want someone that you know what you get from them. It's like, kind of like, here's who I am. And although we have ups and downs in life and life happens, you pretty much can know what you're going to get from that friend. In my friendships, I know how someone is going to handle me based off of the history that we have together and based off their consistency in the past. So if I reach out to someone, I literally have friends where I know it might take them a day or two to respond because they're forgetful, or they just are like me sometimes, like, oh my gosh, I saw that message in the middle of work. I totally forgot to respond, but it's the next day. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? Everything's good. And that's fine if that's the dynamic of your friendship. But it shouldn't be like you reach out to the person and then you don't hear from them until next year. That's kind of weird. So yeah, you want to make sure that your friendship with anyone is consistent. These are some questions that I want you to ask yourself before you make another friend this year. Ask yourself these questions. Why do I want this person to be my friend? What are my intentions with this connection? You want to make sure that you have a good, clear understanding of why you feel like you want this person in your life as a friend. If you went to a business meeting and you met a really nice girl and she talked about her business and she's talking about how her business is growing and flourishing and all this stuff, and then she's gained all these clients, and you just think in your head, I want to be friends with her. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to be friends with her? Maybe it's not meant for you to just be her friend, but to ask for her business card and to book a consultation with her to see how she got her business off the ground. Possibly if she's wearing something nice and you just love her style, you might just need to ask her, hey, I love what you are wearing. Where did you get that outfit from? Maybe she's not supposed to be your friend just because she dresses really nice and you just think, oh, she seems like such a fun person, because you don't know this person. Well, and if you want to get to know them, you can always say, hey, can we exchange business cards? Maybe I'll reach out to you sometime. And then you slowly build the connections. You know, sometimes when you meet a person and they go all in, telling you every piece of thing about their life, everything about what they've ever done under the sun, it feels a little different sometimes, right? I mean, there's times that you may meet a person and the connection is like instant. That could definitely happen. But most times, stable friendships, stable connections, they build over time. Because you have to build sincere trust, right? You wouldn't want somebody to tell you their bra size like as soon as they met you or something. It's kind of weird, you know? A little bit too much information. So ask yourself, like, what do I expect from this person in being my friend? Second question you need to ask yourself before you get another friend is, what do I expect out of this friendship? Like, how often do I expect for this person to communicate with me? How much do I expect someone to talk to me? Do I expect them to text me every day? Or is it just a friendship that I'm comfortable with seeing them when time allows? Or is it something that we can schedule every couple of months? Or is this just a friend that I can just talk to on Instagram or TikTok or wherever I am online and we're still friends? You want to make sure that you have proper expectations of someone's dynamic before you automatically just feel like they're going to fulfill your expectations of being a friend. Why do I say this? Because sometimes friendships have unbalanced expectations. Both of the people are great. Both of the people are really nice. They get along, but somewhere along the line, someone can feel away. They can feel hurt. They can feel neglected because you were not realistic about your expectations of this friend. Now, if the friend that you are friending may be married, they might have 5 children, they might live out of state, they might run a business, they might do all these different things. And you, on the other hand, may be single, just living your best life, free as a bird. You have to understand the dynamics is going to be different for that person because they have more obligations, they have more responsibilities and more priorities on their plate. So as much as they might love you, they're not going to go on social media hearting all your pics, seeing everything that you do, or calling you up every day, asking how your workday was, because they don't have the capacity to do that, and vice versa. If you are someone who has a lot going on and someone else is in a time in their life where they're just like living free, doing things at the last minute, living life on a whim, or, at the freedom of their leisure. Well, you can't get upset if they can't come to your kids' events every time. They can't come to the recitals. They can't come to all the christenings because they may be working and just doing other things and dating and living life and just being free. So you want to make sure you have like the right expectations of what you want out of the friendship. Here's another thing you need to ask yourself. Give yourself a chance to look at this person's character as a person, not as your soon-to-be or could-be friend. Check the person's character as an individual first. Spend some time around them. Spend some time talking to them. Observe how they treat people. Observe how they talk to people. Observe how they talk about people that they're already friends with. One of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm around someone and they're talking really, really bad about someone that they're claiming is like their best friend, or they were talking really, really bad about someone that you obviously see they're close to them, but they're just kind of like trashing the person, or maybe gossiping in a very demeaning way to them. I'm like, okay, I instantly put up a guard, because if you talk about that person that you're with all the time or that you say is your best friend, then what more are you going to do to me, a person who's not even that close to you? So you want to pay attention to those things. I have amazing friends, and one thing that I realize about my friends is that when they speak about their other friends, it's always pretty positive. It's never like a, oh my gosh, and then we're out to dinner and then I want to talk to you about something personal, and now I don't trust because you have just trashed someone else. Yeah, my friends are not like that. They're pretty good with their character, integrity. Of course, you have moments that you want to share certain things, but you have to learn to look at what people's main character energy is like. They say main character energy. You want to see what that's like ahead of time, because you don't want to get all into this relationship and see that that person was not qualified as a person to even be in your space. Another question to ask yourself: how do I feel around them? What do I feel like when I spend time with this person that I'm considering to be my friend? Do I feel really good? Do I feel safe? Do I feel peaceful? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel affirmed? Do I feel joyful? Some people really put you in like a really joyful mood because they might be a jokester. They might be very playful, high energy. And every time you're around them, you know you're going to laugh. You know that they're going to cut a joke. You know they're going to say something funny. And that's just the vibe that that person brings. And then there could be another person who might be a little bit more introverted and quiet, but you know when you spend time with this person, it's still going to be meaningful because they're quiet, they're intentional. You guys like to share heart to hearts. That person likes to tell you what's going on in their world, and they like to ask about what's going on in yours. So it's a different personality, but you still feel good around them, right? So one thing I would say is it's good to appreciate people for who they are, but just notice how you feel around the person. Now, on the contrary, if you're around someone and you're just being who you are around them, and you always feel like they're being a little snarky, always doing these kind of undercut type of things or saying a lot of sarcastic stuff to you, then you might need to pay attention to that and see, is this even someone that you want to be friends with? Because usually when people are doing certain things like that on the surface, there is an internal feeling about how they are toward you. Yes, I know some people joke around a lot and they might use sarcasm as their way of displaying humor, but if that sarcasm and humor comes across very demeaning or disrespectful to you, then you might want to really monitor how that person feels about you. And finally, after you've checked all the boxes to see if this is someone that you actually want to be friends with, you need to flip it around and ask yourself the very same questions. Are you a person of quality who can contribute to a true mutual beneficial friendship at this time in your life? Are you in a place where you're stable, consistent, authentic, and genuine enough to give someone else the things that they are expecting of you? Because friendship is mutual. It's a two-way street. Are you going to be the one who gets mad when a friend doesn't call you, but you never pick up the phone, you never text them, you never reach out to them, but then you're always upset that they don't reach out to you? No, 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 no. Friendship has to be a two-way street. You have to be willing to give as well as receive, and you just want to make it balanced. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that this video on friendship will help you to become the best version of yourself this year, because like I said in the beginning, part of having a great successful year, making those goals, setting your expectations of the year, has a lot to do with the company you keep and the people that you call friend. So that's not something to take lightly. It's definitely something that you want to think about and take to heart before letting someone else in on your greatest year ever. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you can be the very first to know when I post my next video. And as always, don't forget to be great on purpose, and I'll see you in the very next one.